Ciao a tutti e ben ritrovati su una nuova puntata di Dragon Age 2. La scorsa volta avevamo iniziato a fare un po' di quest legate alla trama principale e anche oggi andremo avanti con quelle. Ma prima andiamo all'enclave elfica a prenderne ancora una.
So you've really never thought of hiding from those hunters?
To what end?
So you could, I don't know, have a life?
What life do you have? There are no hunters after you at all.
I have a life.
One that you complain about. We are not always free to do as we wish, as you should well know.
I do have a life.
Then I stand corrected.
Eccoci all'enclave e parliamo con Arianni.
Please, Sir Thrask. He won't go to the Circle willingly. But it's the only place.
I am sorry for your loss, mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
This will be Mother if we're not careful.
Vostro figlio è un eretico?
I'm guessing that Templar wasn't here to offer your son his good wishes.
I am Arianni. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares, dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Dove si trova ora Fenriel?
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt I betrayed his trust. He thinks he can live free of the Circle, but I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill himself.
Siete una Dalish?
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento. When I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor my tribe wished the burden of an elf-blooded human infant. I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
Cosa è successo esattamente?
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, Fainriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
Parlatemi degli incubi.
What kind of dreams is he having?
He dreams of demons, calling to him, pulling him into their world. Every day, it grows harder to wake him. That is why I turned to the Circle. They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
È un bel problema.
Abominations are always so awkward at family reunions.
No, please, you must find him before the demons finish their work. He must be brought to safety. If you won't do it for Fainriel, do it for Kirkwall. The Templars say a lad like my son is a danger to the whole city if left untrained.
Naturalmente vi aiuterò.
I'll bring your son back to safety. I promise.
I don't know where Fainriel is gone, but there are two places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainriel's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainriel might have sought him out.
Com'è questo Trask?
Tell me about this Templar.
I believe he's a good man. He doesn't hate mages, but sees what it took me too long to realize. Even the best-intentioned mages are at the mercy of their sleeping minds.
So they don't always just make you disappear, like it seems.
There are other Templars who are much less sympathetic.
Parlatemi di Vincento.
You and Fainriel's father are not married.
Vincento had no desire for a wife or an elf-blooded child. I haven't seen him since the day I told him. I have written, though, to keep him informed about his child. Fainriel wanted to meet him.
Andrò subito a cercarlo.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
The boy sounds one breath away from becoming an abomination. Let's get to him, fast.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
Andiamo subito a parlare con Vincento che è qui in Lawtown. Ecco Vincento.
Greetings, my lady. You look like a woman who'd appreciate the finest rubies from Antiva raising her lovely neck. I bring only the best northern merchandise to the free marches.
Sto cercando Fenriel.
Actually, I'm more interested in your son.
My lady, I'm a bachelor. I've never met a woman of sufficient beauty and charm to tie Vincento down. Let us not ruin the day with such weighty thoughts. Perhaps I could show you my silks.
So che siete preoccupato per lui.
We're not Templars, Sirrah. Fenriel has nothing to fear from us.
Maldición, you are a mage. I suppose you'd be kind then to a boy who resists being taken in by Templars?
Oh, sure. Like his family.
The boy's in over his head. So I sent him to the only man I know who doesn't despise mages. A former Templar named Samson.
Un templare?
Why would a Templar help him?
His conscience plagues him, having served the Templars too long. He now helps mages on the run. He stays out of sight during the day. At night, he stays near Darktown. That's the best place to find him.
E Darktown sia, ma prima direi che andiamo a cercare Cullen alla Wounded Coast per l'altra quest sui templari scomparsi. Esterno di Kirkwall, costa ferita, anzi no, scherzavo. Campo di Wilmond, serpi in seno, e questa è la quest. Let's go!
Of course we did.
Out of your element, dwarf.
No thanks to this lot, can't get a decent blade at a bargain anymore. You, though, you're what a man needs. A skilled enthusiast.
Di cosa state parlando?
You can start making sense any time now.
My manners. Javaris Tintop, merchant and investor. I need forward thinkers to help court the Qunari.
Court the Qunari? Make her think of the children.
Those hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I often look at every second idiot and think, he needs more power.
Mi sembra uguale alla magia.
So it's some kind of Qunari magic. What use is that to a dwarf?
If it is magic, it's a kind you can assemble, and dwarves do that very well. But that Arishok, he won't deal, said I have the same mercenary disease as their outcasts, the Talvashoth. He says I'm not worthy, but he had this look in his eyes, so I figure I'll hire some blades and...
And you're going to prove yourself by killing Talvashoth outlaws?
Problem being, I'm no warrior, but I can pay.
I nani non possiedono esplosivi.
Your people must have something like that already.
Small things, shaped to crack faults, not shatter the earth. Plus, they're mostly lyrium. Expensive, poisonous, the chantry controls it topside, the glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
Ma la magia fa già tutto questo.
What's the point when we already have magic that can do the same thing?
Maybe you have magic, all tough and human and whatnot. But what of the common man? How does he remove stumps from his land, or produce them on his enemies? What does he do when he needs a hole far too fast? Magic is hard to market. But this stuff you can put in a bag.
Il vostro piano mi sembra un po' traballante. Ah, però così rifiuto. Vabbè, se la paga è buona ci sto.
All right, I'll step in for you. For a price.
I'm done bargain hunting. I want it done right. Now, best I could figure, they're up the Wounded Coast, a whole camp. Take their heads off and meet me at the compound in Kirkwall. Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
Va abbiamo sbloccato un'ulteriore quest, anche questa è legata con quella trama principale perché avremo a che fare spesso con, presto in realtà, con i cunari. Adesso possiamo andare avanti. Oh, guarda un po', una mappa identica alla precedente, cose che non succedono mai in questo gioco. Ah, i nostri compari hanno livellato, mettiamogli un attimo i punti. Direi che a Varric possiamo iniziare a aumentare l'astuzia perché dall'atto 2 servirà 30 per poter fare lockpicking sulle casse, quindi va bene così. E poi gli prendiamo canto di bianca. All'elfo, no, costituzione lo porterei a meno 20, ma non adesso, più avanti andiamo sempre di forza. E poi gli prendiamo impulso spirituale, conferma. Fratello sempre forza, conferma. E mietitore, conferma. Finito tutto, andiamo.
Andraste be my witness, Wilmot. I will have the truth from you now.
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now.
Dunque, ora torturate le vostre reclute?
I thought Templars only treated mages this badly. Nice to see you're branching out.
It's the blasted Knight Captain. Don't. This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
Oh oh.
Maker preserve us. I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Era un abominio?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
Visto un demone, visti tutti.
With what I've bumped into in Kirkwall, nothing surprises me anymore.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmot was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
Ebbene, lui è lo stesso Cullen di Dragon Age Origins che si incontra nella Torre dei Maghi quando si fa la quest per liberarla dagli abomini. In Dragon Age Origins, secondo me, ha una parte abbastanza triste, invece qua lo hanno infighito. Tra l'altro, piccolo spoiler, ci sarà anche in Dragon Age Inquisition come uno dei colleghi dell'Inquisitore e tra l'altro in Dragon Age Inquisition lo hanno infighito ancora di più, il che non è male. Ma andiamo avanti, indaga. Perché avete attaccato Wilmond?
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells. I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
Dunque non esiste alcun rituale?
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
Cosa credete che sia successo?
Do you know what happened to Wilmot while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmot has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmot might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
Non tutti I maghi sono malvagi.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency can be rewarded. I still have nightmares of Uldred's depravities.
Io sto cercando Karan.
I was trying to find another recruit, a friend of Wilmot's. Do you know where Karan is?
He also disappeared. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
Il bordello, huh?
I'd be willing to search there.
The Order would truly be in your debt if you helped us with this. No one at the brothel will speak with me for fear I would shut them down for serving our recruits. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
Direi che si torna al bordello. Kirkwall? Di notte, forse? Bordello? Serpi in seno, infatti, città superiore, notte. Viveka? Cosa ci dice Viveka?
Do you need something, honey?
Sei una delle ragazze?
You don't work here, do you? With the customers?
You're no prize yourself, sweetheart. Is there something you want?
Conosci Wilmot, Karan?
A couple of Templar recruits went missing. They were last seen here.
You'll have to be more specific. We do a lot of business with the Templars.
È un'indagine dei templari.
The Templars are the ones who want this information.
We make a lot of our money off of nervous Templars that expect some privacy.
I'll be discreet.
Let me look through the books. Wilmot, Karan... Here we go. Wilmot came in here a lot. You sure he had time to be a Templar? The both of them last saw Iduna, the exotic wonder from the east.
La meraviglia esotica.
That's quite the stage name.
It sounds better than the tramp from Darktown. You should hear what some of the others are called.
Sai altro?
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Honey, I could write volumes on the things I know. Unless you want Wilmot's favorite position, I think you have what you need. You didn't hear any of this from me. We clear?
Decisamente sì. E nostro zio è ancora qui.
I won't mention this to your mother if you don't.
Ok. Andiamo a parlare con la bellezza esotica. Tra l'altro dovremmo anche riferire a Jetan, che è morta Ninette.
Back again? Sure you're not interested in my many services?
Ninette è morta.
I'm sorry to say that Ninette was killed.
Killed? Why would anyone hurt that darling woman? This is horrible. Thank you for letting me know. Please excuse me.
Poverina. Invece l'altra fanciulla dovrebbe essere in questa stanza. Sì. Iduna.
You must be the exotic wonder of the East. Do you remember entertaining a Templar named Wilmot a few weeks ago? Or Karan?
Wilmot. That doesn't sound familiar.
Dai, basta fingere.
Do your clients like this charade? It must get dreadfully tiresome.
Whatever do you mean? Questions are boring. Why don't we have some real fun?
Hawk, go easy on this lovely creature.
You should listen to your friend.
Che problema avete?
We have to ask her about Karan. What's your problem?
Yes. But certainly there's no harm mixing a little business and pleasure.
Questa è veramente tosta. Non costringermi a usare le cattive, qua ci sta.
You've got one more chance to answer me before I make you.
I'm just trying to make a living. No need to be cross. Who told you about little old me?
Ne ho abbastanza dei tuoi giochetti.
It was Viveka.
Ma...
She showed me her books.
That wasn't so hard, was it? So, Vivica sold me out, did she? That drab, pathetic little sewer rat. She will be dealt with. Just do one more thing for me. Draw your blade and bring it gently across your throat.
Ma... non puoi controllarmi.
I will not be toyed with.
How did you... Oh, shit. Spare me, Messer.
Come hai fatto?
What foul magic was that?
Blood and desire in equal measure. An art I learned from... elsewhere.
Blood magic, then?
Yes, Messer. Please don't kill me.
Raccontami tutto. Ora.
You're going to answer all my questions. And if there's even a hint of magic...
Tirani put me here, to send biddable Templar recruits to the Sanctuary. 3 Spear Alley in the Undercity. I enchanted Wilmot and Karan weeks ago. But after they left these walls, I know not what came of them. Please, let me live. It's not my fault. It was all Tirani's idea.
Taron?
Tell me about Tirani.
She put me up to this. She said we can recreate the ancient Imperium. That mages can rule again, not serve. She says the Templars cannot hold against us if we stand up and fight.
Parlami del santuario.
This base of yours. How many other mages are there? Any other defenses?
People go in and out all the time. Sometimes a handful, sometimes more. There are traps. Magical traps. There's a hidden switch at the front. It turns them off. That's all I know.
Allora, cercando di restare nel personaggio, non è proprio da lei ammazzare persone a sangue freddo, ma è una maga del sangue. Lei odia maghi del sangue, quindi non avrò nessuna pietà per te.
You're just too dangerous. You have to die.
No. No!
Tra l'altro ho guadagnato amicizia da parte di Carver. Vabbè, meglio così. Un po' mi spiace per lei, però. Maledetti maghi del sangue. Usciamo dal bordello, va? Prossima tappa, città oscura.
How powerful are these blood mages? Can we do this without aid?
Ma certo che possiamo, fratellino.
Now that's just... What are they trying to do? Ruin my...
Questo?
How wonderful. More vessels for our experiments.
Where is Karan?
Perhaps the demons will find one of you suitable.
She must be an abomination. I think.
I am not some hopeless waif that ran crying to a demon. I sought them out and embraced them.
Cosa stai facendo qui?
Why have you taken the recruits?
Demons can inhabit much more than mages and corpses. With assistance, they can control anyone I ask. Any Templar, any noble, any well-meaning meddler.
Io non sono di certo una preda facile.
You do know I cut a path through your abominations, right?
Good, good. The demons like spirit. If a few more Templars fall to the demons, we can seed chaos in their ranks. How many abominations can they discover amongst their own before it drives the Knight Commander crazy?
Dove sono le reclute?
Tell me where Karan is.
The experiments need so much fuel, you see. So many living vessels are found wanting. Useless vessels can still feed the compost heap, so it's not a complete waste.
Il tuo piano è folle.
Good to know you're barking mad. That makes things easier.
In days of old, the Tevinter Imperium spanned the known world. Demons were their allies, held in check by power and knowledge. With a wave of a hand, I could do more than a Templar can achieve in a lifetime. Yet they command us. Absurd. We should be ruling them. We should rule you all. Kill the vessels only if you must.
E dai.
Is it over?
Karan.
Yes, that's my name. Oh, thank the Maker. I thought he had abandoned me. But is it only Karan? It could be Karan +1. A very nasty +1 at that.
I never understood why people could be so terrified of mages. Our family had too. You, Bethany. But this... Andraste was right to warn against magic.
Il problema non è la magia.
Tirane made a choice to practice blood magic. Most mages are good people.
You don't think I know that? It's just that I never really thought about their side. Now I see.
What happens now?
Cosa ti è successo, Karan?
What do you remember about how you got here?
I was with a lady, and then things got fuzzy. Nightmares then. On fire for days. A demon laughing. The naked lady with her razor claws in my chest. I'd wake and hear screams. Maybe my own. I'm sorry. It's all a tangle in my head.
Potresti essere posseduto.
How would you feel if I told you there might be a demon living in you? Just a small one.
What? No, I'm not a mage. I can't...
You can. Blame the mages who summoned whatever possesses you.
I'm just me. You have to believe me.
Devo dirlo a Templare.
If there's even the slightest chance you're possessed, the Templars need to know.
No, I'm me, I swear. Don't tell the Templars. I don't know what they do to me. Please, I need to go back. Tell them I'm all right. Tell my sister. I must go.
We should tell Sir Cullen about this. Maybe earn a Templar's favor for a change.
Carver amicizia +5. Wow! Adesso andiamo alla forca a consegnare, ma prima farei un cambio di parti perché 1. Fenris non approverà quello che sto per fare. 2. Quando ho fatto questa quest la prima volta, avevo in party Anders e Anders poteva assicurarmi che Karan non fosse impossessato da un demone. Quindi adesso voglio provare a prenderlo Anders e vedere se riesce a fare lo stesso trick alla forca.
What are you looking at?
Your sisters were both mages, as was your father.
And I'm not. What of it?
Nothing. It's not always passed to all siblings. But it's good to know you understand our plight.
Shove your plight.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
What? What is it?
Good news, Karan is safe. Bad news, half of your recruits may have been possessed by demons.
Sweet blood of Andraste.
Demons? Did you say something about the recruits and demons?
I didn't want to tell you, Masha. They were horrible. Those mages see the rest of us as ants to be crushed. They won't stop until they've destroyed the Chantry and the Templars forever.
Ora è tutto finito.
The situation is dealt with. Who is right and wrong is academic.
Wrong! This is no stuffy scholars' debate. This is the central fact of the world that Andraste recognized. But I will not preach. Thank you for your service. I will relieve Karan of his commission now, pending investigation. If there is any chance he still harbors a demon in him...
No, you can't really think that. Karan's fine. He's safe.
Please, sir. I tried to resist. I never took anything they offered. I need this position, or my sister can't eat. I've been training for 5 years.
Non si può chiedere ad Anders, mannaggia. Karan dovrebbe mantenere il proprio stato.
Karan did nothing wrong. You can't strip his livelihood on the off chance Durante succeeded.
Please, Knight Captain. I'll prove I'm loyal. Ask me anything.
My brother's a good man, sir. He would never succumb to a demon.
Perhaps it is best to keep our enemies close. We can watch him far better here than in the city. So be it. If he has shown no sign of demonic possession in 10 years' time, Karan will become eligible for full knighthood.
Thank you, Sirrah. Again. But without a full knighthood, Karen's pay is so small. I do not know if I can reward you as you deserve.
I will handle that, miss. You have done the Order a great service. We will not forget it.
Prego, Cullen, prego. Tanto io e te ci rivedremo presto. Adesso andiamo anche da Emerick.
Recognize your mage? This was left in the foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
L'assassino non la passerà liscia.
This isn't over. I'm going to get the bastard that did this.
I know how you feel, Sirrah. I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
Missione completata. Io però andrei ancora ad avvisare solo il marito della morte della moglie. Quindi, Hightown.
I've always wondered, why is every surface dwarf a merchant or a smith?
You left out criminals and hired muscle.
They don't count.
We dwarves are drawn to shiny objects. Sort of like magpies, but with business sense.
You're kidding.
Of course I am. We come to the surface with the skills our ancestors had, Blondie. You think there's a tradition of dwarf woodcutters in Orzammar? Beekeepers? Sailors?
Well, there could be mushroom growers and nug wranglers.
Orzammar will never let those people go topside. Too vital. Also, embarrassing.
I couldn't bring back your wife, but here's a ring. It looks pricey.
Ah, Ninette's wedding ring. Yes. Look at the engraving. Forever faithful, forever yours. Oh. Written in happier times. Where did you find it?
Diciamo la verità oppure no? Diciamo la verità così impara a lamentarsi. Sulla sua mano mozzata.
It was on Ninette's hand, which was cut from her body. She's dead.
On her hand? Huh, I see. Well, maybe you should take this back. I don't want anything that might link me to her death. Especially with her family asking questions. No. They're going to blame me, I just know it. Excuse me, sir. I have arrangements to make.
Hey, Franz.
Direi che l'ha presa molto sportivamente. Va bene, direi che abbiamo concluso 2 delle quest legate alla trama principale, ovvero quella dei templari scomparsi e anche di Ninette. E con questo chiudo la puntata e vi saluto alla prossima volta per continuare invece quella dei vari figli scomparsi. Grazie per essere stati con me e ciao ciao!